I'd like to bring the January 8th, 2014 Planning and Zoning meeting to order. Would everybody please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Posenall?
Present.
Commissioner Selberg?
Here.
Commissioner Buck?
Here.
Commissioner Azarmi?
Here.
Commissioner Walker?
Here.
Commissioner Coletta?
Here.
Commissioner Jones? Commissioner Simons?
Present.
Commissioner Gordon?
Here.
Chairman Flouché?
Here.
Thank you. You have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Want to wish everybody a Happy New Year. We have a few announcements. Anyone who has not yet signed in, please do so at the table located in the lobby. Should you have if anyone wishes to speak, please complete the request form, which is also located in the lobby table next to the sign-in sheet. A request to speak form must be completed for each item you would like to speak on, including sub-items. Please note that there are stairs on the right, the left, and center aisles, and we ask that you use caution when using the stairs. There is also a ramp located to the audience's left. If anyone has written comments, exhibits, petitions, photos, or letters they intend to present at today's meeting, please have 17 copies and give them to the staff member in the back of the audience with their hand up. Thank you. If you do not have 17 copies, you may use the table with the overhead camera next to the podium to present your documents. If you want your documents to go on record, you must hand them to the clerk after your presentation with the agenda item number clearly marked on the document. Members of the public cannot speak to the staff members who are sitting at the table in the front with the microphones during the meeting. If you have any questions, please talk to the staff member located in the back of the auditorium. Staff members up front. A timer will be activated and all speakers will be limited to 2 minutes to make their presentations and statements. Everyone, please turn off your cell phones and pagers or place them on vibrate during the meeting. If you must receive a phone call, please leave the meeting area and go outside to have your conversation. We also ask the audience refrain from talking with one another during the presentations and discussion. Today, the Planning and Zoning Commission will hear public testimony and then forward a recommendation to the Board of Supervisors. The items with the recommendations made by the Commission will be heard by the Board of Supervisors on Monday, February 3rd at 9:30 a.m. in the same location with the exception of any continued items. Everyone attending the meeting is asked to remember that the administrative building and campus are tobacco-free areas, which mean no smoking is allowed curb to curb. Also, only bottled water is allowed in the auditorium. No food, soda, coffee, etc. is allowed in the auditorium. If there are any agenda items remaining, the Commission will break at 1 o'clock for lunch. Please note that item number 4 has been withdrawn from the agenda. Approval of the December minutes. Everybody get a chance to read them? Any questions, comments, or corrections? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make them.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Regular agenda. Item number 1.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
could we, for the benefit of the record taker, identify ourselves on our motions and seconds for her efforts to make accurate records?
We can do that. Who made the motion? Okay. Who seconded?
Here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. You bet. Item number 1.
Item number 1, evaluation of a request for an amendment to BOS Resolution Number 2007-414, which approved a subdivision preliminary plan and petition of exception for Everglades Estates Tract 4214, being a proposed subdivision, including assessor parcel numbers 226-24-069 and 226-40-001 through 065 in the South Mohave Valley vicinity, east of Mountain View Road between Joy Lane and Everglades Boulevard, Mohave County, Arizona. The The developer has requested that conditions 19 and 20 of BOS Resolution Number 2007-414 be amended. Condition 19 required the developer to construct a clubhouse and 6-foot perimeter block wall with the first phase of the final plat. Condition 20 was a requirement to have front yard landscaping or residences to be sided with a cement fiber lap siding and architectural shingles. Staff recommends approval of the requested amendments to BOS Resolution Number 2007-414. Thank you.
Is the applicant present?
Yes.
We have no speakers on the item. Would the applicant like to speak to the commission?
Good morning. My name is Rafe Cohen. I'm the developer. When we conceived of this project, it was certainly in different economic times, and we thought building a clubhouse would be an important thing to do. The subdivisions around us don't have clubhouses. It's an expense that we would like to forego as we proceed, and so that's why we're asking you about that, as well as some of the other requirements about the cement lap siding.
Any questions of the commission to the speaker?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Mr. Cook, good morning. First of all, there are clubhouses next door. Fairway Estates, Tierra del Rio, Los Lagos, they all have clubhouses. But clubhouses directly do not impact the neighboring properties, which, I agree with you. If you decide because of the economic reason you want to delete that, that should be your right to do so. However, item number 20, the reason that was added back in 2007 or about that time, first of all, the same engineer on the previous owner, they provided an application for 24-door per acre low-end apartments at the time, and it was denied for the same reason, because you're surrounded with neighboring properties that are medium-range houses. Giving you an example, immediately to your northeast, you have Patriot Estates. They have stucco walls, roof tile, front yard landscaping. It's part of their package. Just immediately to your north, Tierra del Rio has the same, specification. They have roof tile, stucco walls, front yard landscaping. To your west, you have Fairway Estates, which is the same. If you go to your southwest, immediately to your southwest corner, you have Desert Lakes Golf Course, and they have the same thing. If you go to immediately to your south, you have Desert Lakes Phase 3, and they have stucco walls and front yard landscaping, roof tile, and immediately south of that, which is being managed by Mr. Bach, Commissioner Bach, in terms of the Homeowners Association, have the same thing. And then immediately to your east, you have Twin Palms, that they have the same thing. So I think the reason at the time that back in 2007, I think at that time Chairman Flouchet and I were the only two from this commission that we were on this commission. The way that was reviewed was based on the fact that, in the ordinance of the Mohave County, we have that, your subdivision should be equal or better, or should be compatible to the neighboring properties. And I think based on those facts, that was recommended by the commission at the time, and also by the Board of Supervisors, as stated here. And in a way, I'm a little bit disappointed of the staff not to recognize that fact, or at least review the commission at the time and the Board of Supervisors' reason for these condition number 20, and they struck out that. So based on those facts, I think that, it is to protect the neighboring properties, to make sure that they're not going to devalue their properties. So that was the reason, not because of the economy at the time.
Yeah. No, I understand your comments, and it's not our intent not to have front yard landscaping. I think that perhaps this condition 20 I'm happy to leave in the requirement about front yard landscaping. I would just like to take out about the cement fiber lap siding requirement, because I don't think any of the homes in the area have that.
Mr. Chairman?
Yeah, go ahead.
In my opinion, you also have the garage there, that, that has to be there. So I think that, to be compatible to the neighboring properties, as you said, you're planning to have landscaping anyway. So in my opinion, item 20 should stay as stated. So that's my.
But let me just ask, is cement fiber lap siding, is that what the adjacent subdivisions have on their homes?
Stucco.
Stucco, that's all it is.
Okay, all right, I'm okay with that then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like you got to have four-layer lath and all that stuff. It's
Okay.
just standard stucco finish. You're, on number 19, you're talking about not putting a fence around it now?
The clubhouse.
No, we do.
Or was the fence just around the clubhouse?
Well, we're talking about a 6-foot perimeter block wall, and currently on Mountain View, the change in elevation, we built a wall on Mountain View already, and we're at the top of a slope that's about 4 feet tall, and we've built a 4-foot wall on top of that. So if you're standing on the street, we've already got about 8 feet of height, and to increase that height, which we could do, we designed the wall so that a couple of feet could be added to it. But I think that I was involved with another subdivision here in the county where we ended up with that condition, and the wall looks very formidable and is not attractive at all, because from the street side it ends up looking like a 10-foot wall, and it's not very attractive. So the thought was that we'd like to have that condition not eliminated. I understand the requirement to have a wall, but if we could reduce it to a 4-foot wall, I think that would help the neighborhood and certainly help us as well.
Okay,
Mr. Chairman?
yes.
Go ahead.
Good. No?
Mr. Cohen, I agree with you 100%. You've done a great job. Mountain View when you're driving looks beautiful, and I noticed that you're putting some, investment into the entrances. It looks really, really good. So I commend you for that. And I agree with you that, that is not going to be any issue about, 4 feet or 6 foot. And as you said, the wall is already, more than 6 feet from Mountain View.
Okay. All right.
Mr. Chairman?
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm a little confused. You're asking to take away the requirement to building the clubhouse and the fence. And now you've talked about, okay, the fence, instead of being 6 feet, you'd be okay with a 4-foot fence. So are we now talking about not building a clubhouse and only building a 4-foot fence?
Well,
2 items.
perhaps it's not clear, so let me elaborate. We don't want to build a clubhouse at all, period. And in terms of a perimeter fence, we'd be fine with 4 feet.
Are you going to have an area that maybe in the future that would be dedicated so that they could build a clubhouse?
Not our intent today to do that.
I'll share with you 30 years of experience in managing homeowner associations, and one solid feature for those that don't have clubhouses is the desire to have a clubhouse. And it doesn't have to be elaborate with 5,000 square feet and private rooms, but if nothing else, an opportunity for the members to gather and have their meetings. It's a very great beneficial part of a development to be able to have that gathering place, and it doesn't have to be fancy. I would suggest, and again, it's your option, but from a long-range perspective of your 155 members, even setting an area aside, so maybe eventually, as they develop, they could build something there, would go miles in terms of being of benefit to the community as a community. Those areas, and Tierra del Rio is one that I managed them for almost 20 years. They don't have clubhouses, they have pool areas, but that is not for lack of wanting a place to meet. And so I would encourage you to rethink that, if nothing else, to make an allocation for it. And as for item 20, Again, 30 years of experience, and what we're experiencing right now in Tierra del Rio, we're experiencing Los Lagos. I manage also Arroyo Vista. And without having a garage, there's a huge degradation to the appearance, the aesthetics of the neighborhood. So I'm not sure, again, on 20, are you advocating doing away with garages altogether?
No, I think that the language here was throwing the baby out with the bathwater, too.
Could have been, you bet.
I think that really, I do want to have garages. I do want to do front yard landscaping. I was a little confused personally about the cement lap siding. So really, on condition 20, it's really, well, I guess in 19 was the block wall, so what is there in 20 that...
That's the garage portion. It says the developer shall provide a site-built garage, this is struck out, site-built garage with the stucco siding. So maybe we're going for a rewording on that provision, that you'll...
Just delete it.
Yeah, I think that's what, we just need to restate the
Restate the
19 and restate 20 to include the garages and the front
Delete
landscaping.
19 and restate
20, yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
and could we just take out the cement fiber lap siding language?
yeah, and just put stucco siding.
Stucco
Yeah,
siding.
that'd be great.
That works.
But I'd be remiss in not reemphasizing that need for an area for clubhouse. It's just an absolute necessity in today's world where associations gather and people need to meet. It really adds to the overall cohesiveness of a community if they've got their spot. Doesn't need to be fancy as this room, but just an area, even a dedicated future area, a very strong positive feature of a subdivision.
Well, we'll certainly take that into consideration, and since we have a number of completed and finished lots, we don't need to start work on that lot. I mean, we'll start and keep our options open for the future.
Yeah, I think it'd be great for your marketing too, so that's another part of this whole scenario with the,
Mr. Chairman,
yes.
I don't know the plat very well, but I would assume that where the clubhouse was proposed, the parcel is either zoned separately or set up different for a future clubhouse?
I think it was more of dedicated, like a drainage parcel. It was a drainage parcel / clubhouse.
Okay, so there is a parcel there that is not going to have a home built on it that will be either open space or...
Yeah, it is an open space for now.
Okay. I would agree with everyone here that, I mean, that's something to consider long-term, at least have the option there for you. One thing I want to point out on condition 19 regarding the block wall, I think it's a very important element in the development of the community. 4 feet is kind of an awkward size in terms of code requirements. All of your properties adjoining that perimeter block wall, if they're going to build a pool, a 4-foot wall does not meet code. So you would be looking at all of those homeowners either needing to add some iron or add more block onto that wall to bring that back wall into code requirement.
Yeah, right now, like, we are working on options with Mohave County to see if, an alternative means can be provided, a combination of a block wall and a fence, not
Sure.
completely a block wall, but, like a combination. We are working with Mohave County on options right now.
Okay, I would just recommend that you look for some consistency in that then, you see it a lot where there aren't regulations like this in place, where you have a 3-foot wall and it steps to 5 and then someone does 3-foot.
No,
It's all over the place.
We'll make it consistent.
It's a 4-foot block wall, look to a consistent 12 or 18 inches of iron on top of that for all of the properties.
Yeah, we'll make sure it's consistent because we don't want a sawtooth or just kind of odd looking.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Commissioner Gordon, I'm familiar, I live in the same neighborhood. Alongside of the mountain view, which is the main entrances of the track, they do have walls that are more than 6 feet high. And the exposure they have to public and public roads are looking really sharp. Within the track, traditionally, as you said, there is a possibility that, somebody wants to add a swimming pool, then they have to comply with that. But that would be within the track portion of it. So I think that, item number 19, in my opinion, it is not going to directly impact the neighboring properties because that's something that, this commission, as a land use ordinance, we have to consider the impact of that if it is going to. But 20 definitely is an issue. So just want to let you know.
Excuse me, Commissioner, could we get the second?
Yes, I
person?
I thought about that. Could you state your name, sir?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, my name is Jamini with Mohave Engineering.
Okay, thank you. Any additional questions of the speaker? Comments? Thank you very much.
Okay,
All right.
may I just make a final remark? I
Sure.
just wanted to thank everybody and thank them for giving me the opportunity to build the drainage channel that we built for the county at about a cost of $800,000. So just want to remind everybody about that. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, discussion? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve per 2007 Board of Supervisors recommendation with the deletion of item number 19.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any additional discussion? I do. I thought we were talking about not just totally deleting 19, because deleting 19 takes out the clubhouse and the fence. So I thought we were going to restate 19 and 20 to be clearer.
Well, 19, the wall that they're talking about is already built alongside of the Mountain View, which is
Okay,
the
I
exterior.
didn't hear that.
Yeah, it is already built alongside of that. Inside the track, that is not, something that would
Okay.
cover the, within the land use ordinance.
Okay, so we're going to leave 20 the way it is?
20 would be
I thought we
20
were going to
stays in
add
place, yeah.
stucco instead of the.
No, that's the stays. So 20
I'm
is going to
just-
stay.
all right.
19 would be deleted.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Motion by Mr. Azami, second by
Commissioner
Mr. Commissioner Posnell. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 2A.
2A is an evaluation of a request for an amendment to the Mohave County General Plan and the Desert Hills Fire District Area Plan from UDA CRE Urban Development Area Commercial Recreation for a portion of Assessor's Parcel 120583030 and from SDA PF Suburban Development Area Public Facilities Land Use Designation for Assessor's Parcel 120587071 to UDA-GC, Urban Development Area General Commercial Land Use Designation to allow commercial uses in the Havasu Heights vicinity. This is actually a combination of a parcel that was previously supposed to be for mailbox setups and things like that, plus a portion of another parcel that was previously going to be one of the let's see, what was the original zoning? Anyway, it was supposed to be a residential parcel. Because of a redesign of this, they're going to take a portion of that parcel plus this other one, and they wish to be able to have like a small convenience store type thing there. So that's, and of course, that's the next item to be, is the zoning. But basically, in order to do that, we have to amend the general plan. It's, I think, like a 0.6 acre piece, something
Small
like that.
piece.
Yeah. Thank you.
Is the applicant present? We have no speakers on the item. Would you like to address the commission? Or? Okay, all right. A little discussion, any questions or comments? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion to approve per staff recommendation.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion by Commissioner Pazell and a second by Commissioner Selberg. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 2B.
2B is an evaluation of request for a rezone of Assessor's Parcel 120587071 from AR, Agricultural Residential 1 acre minimum lot size, and a portion of Assessor's Parcel 120583030 from SD CRE, Special Development Commercial Recreation Zone, to a C2 General Commercial Zone to allow commercial uses in the Desert Hills vicinity. Staff recommends approval as indicated in the staff report. Thank you.
The applicant is present. Any questions or comments of the applicant? There are no speakers on the item. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve according to staff recommendations.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Simons and a second by Commissioner Gordon. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 3.
Item 3 is an evaluation of a request to grant an extension to determine compliance with the schedule of development or rescind and cause property to revert from CMO 36A, Commercial Manufacturing Open Lot Storage, 36-acre minimum lot size zone, to the previous zone of AR 36A, Agricultural Residential 36-acre minimum lot size, for failure to meet conditions of approval as specified in BOS Resolution numbers 2008-281, 2009-288, and 2011-153, which approved the rezone and extensions of time for rezone of assessor parcel numbers 207-12-003, 004, 006, and 009 in the Franconia Road vicinity. Staff recommends that BOS Resolutions 2008-281, 2009-288, and 2011-153 be rescinded and that zoning revert to AR 36A, Agricultural Residential 36-acre minimum lot size. Thank you.
Is the applicant present? Would you like to address the commission?
Let me start out by wishing you all a good new year. I'm Tony Nace, one of the managing members of the LLC that owns the property. What transpired in this was we ended up losing part of the property, the 200 acres, which would be the southeast portion of the property. And so the remaining 200 acres, really it was a point of confusion. We didn't know if we could ask for an extension on just the property that we still own, or since the original 400 acres had been put in zoning, if we needed to reapply for all of that. And I wasn't here at all this summer. Had some family stuff this summer. And so when I got back in October, I thought I'd missed everything because I got the notice that had been sent out on September 25th that I'd missed everything. And quite frankly, the time frame had slipped my mind with everything else going on in this wonderful economy we've had. So
I guess that's a question for staff. Or let me rephrase that. How can we, how could we proceed? Or not?
Actually, what I'm going to ask is, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, is that you continue this for 30 days. First thing I want to do is check on the property owners. We obviously did notify Mr. Nace. We also should have notified the other property owner to find out who they are, to see what they are interested in doing. Mr. Nace can request an extension of time on the 200 acres that his concern still owns. And so we can separate them, we can bifurcate them and let the other 200 acres revert. But we cannot do that without making sure that we notified the property owner.
Okay.
And rather than to have us sift through our paperwork at this particular time.
Is 30 days enough? 60? I mean,
60 would be better.
60, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to us, so in
Okay.
deference to the applicant, 60 days is fine.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
All right, we'll do that.
And again, Happy New Year.
Same to you.
All right, thanks. Any questions or comments of the speaker? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to postpone item 3 on the agenda for 60 days.
A second.
We have a motion by Mr. Selberg and a second by Commissioner Salmons. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Call to the public. Anybody wish to speak? We'll close the public comment. Any monthly reports?
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Alami?
Mr. Chairman, just want to give you a report on the, what do we call the committee we have? Is that zoning review?
Zoning ordinance.
Zoning ordinance.
Review.
Review. Just want to let you know that, I have the privilege of being part of this team. Commissioner Pazanel, Commissioner Silberg, Commissioner Jones, and myself, we are on that group with the staff. Commissioner Jones, I guess, is recovering from a surgery or he has sick, so I hope, a fast recovery for him, by the way, get well. The staff is doing a great job under the direction of Mr. Hunt and providing, reviewing this, zoning ordinance. And a lot of items that were outdated and obsolete, being reviewed and updated and streamlined. So they're doing a great job. They're preparing everything ahead of time, and the issues that we touch base, we review it. The process, obviously, is a very important process, but I think the end result would be very satisfactory to the commission and to the supervisors and the end users. Commissioner Pazanel, you want to add something?
No, I would second those comments for sure. It's been, I think we thought it was going to be a little quicker process than what it was, and it turned out to be, more lengthy and beneficial at that point. And staff has done a great job helping. I know it's helped me a lot with what staff has been doing to help this process as well. So it's been a pleasure working with them as well.
Commissioner Silberg?
Yes, again, I'd like to thank staff, particularly at the last meeting. They seemed very well prepared, and we just kind of reviewed their comments and added a lot of discussion, and I think made some good decisions. So I think it's a well-worth process that we're going through.
Thank you. And I believe Kristen Bout.
Mr. Chairman, may I say something?
Absolutely.
All I wanted to say that I really wanted to thank the commissioners for their leadership and for their expertise that they lend to our department and making it a much better ordinance and streamlining and cutting out unnecessary portions and making it better for Mohave County. I want to thank the leadership of Chairman Azarmi, Commissioner Pazanel, Commissioner Salberg, and Commissioner Jones. And Chris, do you have any comments?
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, I just want to thank the members of the committee that sit on the commission for their efforts. Those of you who don't sit on that committee, trust us, we send them home with lots of homework each session. So, it's not just the 4 hours a month. It's the additional hours that we have them do with special assignment, extra assignments, and stuff. We even send them information between the meetings. So just about every week they hear from us, and I really appreciate it.
We actually had some of the general public
Yeah.
present.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah, I've been reading the minutes. There hasn't been anybody there.
Twice we
Yes,
had.
it's been good.
That's great. By the way, Chris, could I get on the email list of all that stuff?
Mr. Chairman, certainly.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, the only issue we have is that, those who don't show up or come late, want to make sure that, we will have some sort of enforcement for,
They should buy lunch.
ice cream.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
The penalty is ice cream, but so far,
But see,
Director Hunt and, Commissioner Pazanel are on the list of delinquencies.
Commissioner Azami missed the first official meet, well, after
brought ice
the
cream.
organization, but did you bring the
Yeah,
ice
what
cream after?
chocolate? Yeah,
Oh,
what
after.
chocolate milk?
Okay.
Let's don't be calling the kettle black here, dude. All right, if there's no more business, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion to adjourn. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Adjourn.